Joel, let's go straight to these emails, big fella. My bowling action typically allows me to bowl in-swingers all the time, but I rarely get any outswing. Could you please show me how to bowl outswing and any drills I can do to help this?
Well, two things might be, you know, well, the reasons for that. Might be natural body action or whatever. If the only thing that you can bowl as an in-swinger, then the real thing that you would want to do is to be able to pitch the in-swinger where you want to pitch it. But then what you might try to do is, rather than try to bowl an outswinger, is to bowl a straight ball. And maybe the variation in the way how you hold the ball and the delivery might help. In terms of drills, what I can say to you is that the only way that you can really perfect it is to practice the way, that you will bowl. And I go back to Max Walker because he was a typical in-swing bowler off the wicket. But then he bowled the ball and went straight on. And that is maybe the advice that I would give to the person because of the body action, maybe the arm action or whatever. And it might just be a variation, as I would say, in how you hold the ball and a delivery. And, by just reversing the swing. Typically when I bowl my in-swingers, or off-cutters as you call it, I always grip the ball like this. But then when I wanted the ball to go the other way, what I actually did is to reverse the shine on the other side and get a little bit closer to the stump, which is something that it takes a lot of practice. So it is, practice more so than anything else to do something different.
Wish we knew that years ago, how you grip the ball. Okay, let's go. Young Brendan Hughes is the next one for you, Joel. I'm normally fairly accurate at bowling, but when I try to bowl faster, I lose that accuracy. How can I bowl as quick as possible and still put the ball where I want it?
Well, there we look at it again. Maybe what about the age? What about the, body build? What about those sort of things? I think that a lot of people put a lot of emphasis on bowling really fast rather than accuracy. And I tend to say to the young fellas, try to bowl more accurate rather than, you give away the speed for accuracy. You have to look at your action and see what it is, and body strength and that sort of thing. I think that is about the way that you would approach it.
Is a key ingredient for a bowler, any age, to be relaxed in that delivery stride? Always,
and it takes a lot of practice. Whatever you're going to do, irrespective of the kind of ball that you're going to bowl, you have to practice. And that is how we really got to the stage that we were at, by bowling, continually bowling, overs. The fellas used to say they could wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning and ask me to bowl a Yorker, so...
Okay, mate, let's go to Lachlan. And you mentioned Yorker, and this is a very good question on the Yorker. I'm a medium pace bowler for his club at St Michael's, and he was hoping you could help him on how to bowl the perfect Yorker to his opposition. He always seems to bowl it too full. Now, we've got a bit of footage, and I remember Joel Garner of old, that Yorker was probably the best one in the world. And it actually at times fixed up a few people's bats as well, because it was a bit hard to dig out in those days. Well, how'd you control it?
Grip is very important. Grip is very important at whatever you're going to bowl, regardless of the Yorker, short ball, or whatever. And the whole thing is to have control over the ball. 9 out of 10 times that I'm going to bowl a Yorker, I try to tend to get the arm as close to the ear as possible, so that it will be difficult to really, you let go the ball a little bit higher, as opposed to if you're going to be bowling length. And you always look at the base of the stumps. I think that whatever your eyes focus on, I think that is where the ball usually goes.
Okay. All right. Rob from Victoria gives us our next email. Joel, firstly, what did you eat to get so tall? Is there a different grip you should use to bowl a bouncer? I'm very interested in the answer to the first question.
Well, I didn't eat anything. I think that I was a normal height when I was about 16, 17. Went home for a school holiday. Spent the whole summer vacation running around, swimming, doing all the things. When I got back to school, I was about 6 inches taller than everybody. And that was at age 16. and that is where it is, I just outgrew everybody in
Were you a tall family? Mum and dad?
Brothers. My mum is about 5'5", but all my brothers are all over 6 feet. And some of them are bigger than I am, so...
Interesting at Christmas when you're really standing over poor mum. And what about the bouncer?
The bouncer is just where you deliver the ball from. If you tend that the higher you bowl the ball from, the fuller the length is. You'll find that if you bowl a bouncer, you tend to deliver the ball a little bit lower. But the whole idea is that if you're going to bowl a bouncer, you have to put maximum effort in it, because what happens is that you want to get the ball to bounce higher than the batsman's shoulder, where he's not in control, because anything over this height is out of control. If you're going to bowl bouncers or lollipops, if you want to call it that, it is, the ball must always make more height than the height of the shoulder.
And that brings in being able to get the wicket with the top edge as well.
Top edge as well, yeah. You see, if it is here, you can control it, because that is at the level of the shoulders. If it is here, it's much more difficult to get anything to control it, because the bat is more or less at an angle. I don't know if you watch Viv Richards, you will see that anything that is below the shoulder, he can hit it anywhere that he wants to hit it. Most of the fellas, most of the time you'll get a batsman making a mistake is when the ball is big on him.
But talking of big, you're big, and it's been fantastic to have you on the show. Thanks for giving us your time.